There was a race in Mexico. Did you hear about it? If not, here's the drive report. I'll be pointing out how many overtakes there were, the crashes and retirements, and any driver milestones. Practice was pretty middle of the road until Alex Albon crashed into Oliver Bearman, causing a red flag and fueling the sentiment that Colapinto should replace them at the end of the year, which took them both out of the session. The rest was pretty standard, with Russell setting the fastest time. But the next session, he crashed due to low grip. The other drivers were struggling as well, so it wasn't just him. All right, moving on to qualifying. Q1 started off normal with the top team setting fastest laps, but as the session went on, it was looking pretty bad for Checo and Oscar, surprisingly, because he got his lap deleted due to track violation. They both ended up getting knocked out. The bottom 5 were Zhou, Ocon, Perez, Piastri, and Colapinto. Q2 standard up until the end, where Tsunoda crashed on his final push lap, ending the session with a minute left, forcing Lawson and Alonso to abort their lap, keeping them in Q2. Bottom 5 were Bottas, Stroll, Alonso, Lawson, and Tsunoda. In Q3, surprisingly, both Haas's made it through, as well as the Alpine of Gasly and the Williams of Albon. Ferrari were still the ones to beat. Sainz had a provisional pole lap, while the other drivers trying their best to beat it on the final lap, but he sets an even faster time, giving him pole position. Top 10 were Hülkenberg, Albon, Gasly, Magnussen, Hamilton, Russell, Leclerc, Norris, Verstappen, and Sainz. In the race, lap 1, turn 1, cars were trying to go 3 wide, where Tsunoda and Albon made contact, causing a crash and taking them both out of the race. But despite that, 11 drivers made an overtake on lap 1. Checo had a good start, gaining 4 places off the jump, but he got a penalty for a false start because he started way too far forward. Max gained a position. Fernando gained a position. Franco gained a position. George gained a position. Lance gained 2 places. Lewis gained a position. And Joe gained a place. Liam gained 3 places. Nico got a place. Pierre gained a place. Carlos makes a move for Max for the lead on lap 9. Oscar makes his way back through the field on lap 13 on a Sauber. On lap 10, Charles makes his first overtake of the race. On the following lap, Sergio gets a pass on the straight on one of the Aston Martins. He was the only driver to make a pass on the following lap. George passes his teammate on a straight on lap 15. Franco gets ahead of an Aston Martin as they enter the pit the following lap. On lap 21, a lot of drivers came into the pits, allowing Bottas, Franco, Ocon, and Joe to pass them, while Lance makes a pass on the final sector and Oscar on the back straight. He makes another pass on lap 25 on that same straight. George, Kevin, Lando, Lewis, and Joe pass drivers in the pit on lap 27. On lap 28, Bottas and Sergio passed the pit lane, moving them up a place. Lap 29 had 8 passes on the pits, with Bottas, Franco, Kevin, Liam, Nico, and Oscar. Ocon made a pass on the road over Sauber. Lap 30 had Liam make an overtake in the pits, as well as Joe, and Max made a pass with DRS. Bottas, Franco, George, Liam, and Oscar passed the pits, while Lewis makes a move on Franco with DRS, and Max does the same on an Alpine on lap 31. Lap 32, Liam got past George on the straight, then Oscar got past him after, while Ocon was passing someone in the pits. Lap 33 had 4 drivers use DRS to pass someone. They got George getting past Oscar, Kevin getting past Pierre, Max passing Bottas, and Pierre getting past Zhou, while Franco made a pass on the pits. The only overtake on lap 34 was Nico passing Ocon on the straight. The next lap had a pair of Lewis overtakes where he made a move down the inside on Liam and a DRS move on Oscar. The only overtake on lap 36 was Kevin passing a Sauber with DRS down into turn 1. Lap 37 had Nico pull the same move and Pierre passing his teammate the same way. Max made the only pass on lap 38, getting Liam the DRS. Bottas made 2 places on lap 40 where Bottas passed them in the pits, as well as Stroll. And Max got past a pitting driver. Lap 41 had more action, with Kevin making a pass on the pits, then Franco on the road with DRS, his teammate passing 2 in the pits, as well as Pierre, and Zhou just getting by 1. Pierre made a pass on the straight, then later Oscar passes Ocon with DRS. Lance made the only pass on lap 43, using DRS to make the move on the Sauber. Then the next lap, Liam also makes a move on the Sauber ahead of turn 1. Nico does the same on the Williams. Then Oscar passes Bottas right before a corner. He was the only driver to make a pass on the next lap, passing Gasly into turn 1. On lap 47, Oscar continues his way back up the order when Franco dives into the pits. Then later, Checo passes Zhou with DRS. Lap 48 sees Pierre making a pass on the pits. On lap 49, Bottas passes 2 pitted drivers, Lance passes 1, then catches Ocon into turn 1. Then Liam gets by him after. Franco makes the only pass on lap 50, and another on lap 51 in the same fashion, as well as Lance and Liam. The next one doesn't come till lap 57 where Oscar passes a Haas into turn 1. Lando gets past Charles in second after he almost collides into the wall. Franco gets past Liam on lap 66 and Lewis passes his teammate. Bottas passes a pitted driver on lap 67, then his teammate does the same, as well as Ocon. Sergio passes the pits on lap 68, Zhou passes him after on lap 70. And the final overtake of the race is Liam passing Checo, who pitted to try to contest Charles for the fastest lap. There were 60 overtakes on track, 4 crashes this weekend, and this was Fernando Alonso's 400th race.